Faygo Beverages is a soft drink company that started in 1907. Thank you for your suggestion.
Everybody ready?
Comic books and rubber bands, climb into the treetop, falling down and holding hands, tricycles and red hot, pony rides and Sunday nights, roller skates and yo-yos, fairy tales and snowball fights, climbing through the window. Remember when you were a kid? Well, part of you still is, and that's why we make Faygo. Faygo remembers.
Faygo was founded by two brothers, Ben and Perry Feigenson, who had immigrated to Detroit, Michigan from their native Russia. Initially employed as bakers, in November of 1907, they founded the Feigenson Brothers Bottling Works on Benton Street. Mostly processing lager beer and soda water. Looking for a way to supplement their income, the brothers began adding cake frosting flavorings to the soda water and sold their beverages from the back of their wagon. The original flavors of their soda were fruit punch, grape, and strawberry. They would manufacture a batch of drinks, then close the production line and take their products along on a horse-drawn wagon to sell them. As the beverages contained no preservatives and were best consumed fresh, they charged 3 cents for one soda and a nickel for two. In the winter, when beverage sales dropped, they also sold bread and fish to make ends meet. To save money, the brothers and their families lived above the small bottling plant. Over the next decade, the soda business grew, and the Feigensons were soon able to buy their own homes. They also hired their first employees and bought a second horse-drawn wagon for deliveries. New flavors were added, including sassafras soda and lithiated lemon, which used lithium salt as a flavoring agent. Taking a cue from the sound of the carbonated beverages made when a bottle was opened, they also began calling their products Pop. The company's success was such that a new plant was needed, and one was built on Beaubien Street in Detroit. In 1921, the firm abbreviated its name to Faygo because it fit more easily on the bottles. The Feigenson brothers also purchased their first delivery truck and began to make home deliveries. A vanilla-flavored soft drink, a seltzer water called Ace High, an imitation of the popular soda Knee-High, and the destined-to-be classic rock and rye flavor were introduced during the 20s as well. Rock and Rye, a fruity, spicy soda, took its name from the popular jazz-age drink of rye whiskey served over a rock of sugar. In 1935, Faygo moved its operations to a larger bottling plant on Grotchuk Avenue in Detroit. The 1940s was a decade of transition for the company. The post-war years saw a new generation of Feigensons enter the business when Perry's son, Mort, and his cousin Phil joined the firm. New flavors developed during the decade, including chocolate cream, a richer tasting root beer, and Uptown, a lemon and lime soda inspired by 7-Up. The shield was also added to their logo as well. The early 50s saw an increase in television advertising and the debut of animated characters such as the Faygo Kid. Spots featuring the former used the memorable line, "Remember Black Bart? Which way did he go? Which way did he go? He went for Faygo." The Faygo Kid ad was later inducted into the Advertising Hall of Fame. The company also sponsored the popular children's program of Comic Soupy Sales, who pitched the company's soda with the line, "George Washington may be the father of our country, but Faygo's the pop." The television advertising went over well, and Faygo solidified its position as a leading beverage maker in Michigan and several surrounding states. In other developments of the 1950s, the company upgraded its manufacturing plant and installed new water treatment equipment. More flavors were also created, including Black Cherry and Faygo Tango, an imitation of Squirt. A new line of Royal flavors was introduced in the early 1960s, which sold for a slightly higher price. One of these, Royal Hawaiian Pineapple Orange, turned out to be a near disaster for the company on its initial run. The pineapple extract used in the flavoring, which was obtained from the Dole Company, had not been sterilized, and a few days after the product hit the stores, bottles began to explode on the shelves and at the factory. The flavor extract had turned rancid and was generating a buildup of gas in the bottles that caused their tops to blow off. Faygo quickly recalled the product, and Dole supplied enough sterilized juice to cover the company's losses. After the problem had been corrected, the flavor went on to become a popular one. Other varieties of the early 1960s included Frosh, a Fresca imitation, Moonshine, inspired by Mountain Dew, Dr. Mort, like Dr. Pepper, named after Mort Feigenson, by now the company's president, an apple-flavored soda called Eve, a ginger beer named Faygo Brow, and a non-alcoholic wine-like soda called Chateau Faygo. As with many other flavors that were introduced over the years, a number eventually fell by the wayside. Frosh became the most durable, though Moonshine and Dr. Mort were both revived years later. The 1960s also saw Faygo introduce a full line of artificially sweetened diet sodas, which soon came to account for half of the firm's revenues. At the end of the decade, the company changed the name of its original and most popular flavor, strawberry soda, to Red Pop. In the mid-1970s, Michigan passed the beverage container deposit law, which drastically affected the company's fortunes when it implemented it in 1978. Betting that the public would prefer returnable cans, Faygo geared up for its production by adding new product lines. But glass returnables, which got a strong push from Pepsi and Coke, turned out to be the choice of consumers, and Faygo had problems switching its plant back to bottles. The company's bottom line took a hit several years before the situation was resolved. Though the company's products were frequently equal in quality to the big names, Faygo generally attracted customers by selling for a lower price and offering knockoffs of many popular national drinks. In 1986, the Feigenson family decided to sell the business to Tree Sweet, a Texas-based juice maker who initially vowed to make Faygo a national brand. The mid-1980s also saw Faygo introduce a line of flavored carbonated bottled water, which became popular, especially in Michigan. The beverage marketplace grew increasingly diversified during the 1990s, and the company introduced a number of new products, including a line of non-carbonated drinks in 1996. That drink line was named Ohana, which included punches, iced tea, and lemonade. In 2007, Faygo celebrated its 100th anniversary with a new flavor and contest for label design. 10,000 entries were received, and a 4th grade Ohio teacher won the Centennial Soda. In March of 2014, the company introduced its ginger ale, Faygo Gold, rivaling crosstown company Verner's flagship drink. As recently as a few years ago, Faygo appeared in the local news when they had released a new flavor called Firework. Whether it was hype or scarcity or maybe both, cases of the flavor showed up on eBay for almost $200. So what do you remember about this iconic beverage? Leave a comment, or if you want, leave a suggestion for a future video about your favorite soft drink. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching.